Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time, talking about the Movellan grave. Series 6, number 7 from the 4th Doctor. Written by Andrew Smith. Now I know you all know how I feel about Andrew Smith's script, so it's really not going to become as much of a surprise to you when I say that this is particularly good. Because it is particularly good. Now, I've had a soft spot for those disco aliens. Well, those disco robots? Yeah, those disco alien robots. Well, since I first saw them when I was a kid. I was a fan. I had no issues with how they looked, because let's face it, they were robots. I'd love an origin story, but you know what? We can come back to that at some point eventually. That's not a problem. The real problem is that apart from their one appearance on TV, the Movellans are kind of creatures of mystery. Let's ignore what John Peel says about the Movellans being, well, Dalek creations in order to be something or other. You know what? I wasn't paying attention. I don't want to know. I think it's wrong. Tell you what, let's read the synopsis. When an archaeological dig in 1980s England finds a Movellan power pack buried amongst Iron Age artefacts, the Doctor and Romana have no choice but to investigate, and what they discover worries them very much indeed. A Movellan spaceship is buried under the ground. Soon the robotic enemies of the Daleks are making their way to the surface, but they are not the biggest threat humanity faces, because on board this spaceship is the greatest weapon the Movellans have ever devised, a weapon that could stop the Daleks forever and anything else that gets in its way. Now, I know they took place in one Dalek story and they're mentioned as creating the virus that destroys Daleks in a later one, but that's kind of it. A cough and a spit and they're gone. But they've got cool stuff. They've got spaceships that bury themselves under the ground. They've got, yes, admittedly weird dreadlocks, and they've got power packs and they play rock, paper, scissors. They've got some great concepts. But what you do always is invert those concepts in order to take things further. So, without giving away spoilers, I just want to say that this is a crackingly good story. It feels like so much more than its one-disc narrative. It doesn't feel constricted or compact in any way. There's character development, and there's really nice, fun 80s touches like the building of the M25, the ring road round London, and things that were happening around the time. There's no K9, which sadly makes me a bit sad, but I can live with that, because it's Romana and the 4th Doctor. Again, still sounding like they're recording in the same room as each other. I just don't know how they do it so well. But as so often with the case of these, it's the additional cast that provides us with some great things. As well as the usual Tom Baker and Lalla Ward, you've got Camilla Power playing Carrie Pierce. You've got Polly Walker playing Commander. Now it looks like Narnia, but it's Narina. You've got Chris Jarman and John Pex, and of course Jane Slavin, all playing superb bits. I'm so happy that the Movellans are back. I'd love to see them back in more pressing events, and I'd also like to see them take on other creatures, prove that they are more of a threat. Let's have the Movellans take on, say, I don't know, the mechanoids. Or perhaps they created the mechanoids. Perhaps mechanoids and Movellans are the same sort of creature, just different variants on a theme. Let's see them take on organic life. Let's see them interfere with the Rutan and Sontaran war. Let's have more Movellans, because if this is a taster, bring on the main course. I'll play you the trailer and let you decide for yourself. So until next time, be seeing you. On the 2nd of September 2017, Hooverville 9 will be with us. William Russell, the man who was Ian Chesterton and still is on Big Finish. Carol Ann Ford, Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter. Nicola Bryant, Perry. Toby Haydock, DVD Extras man and everyone's favourite racist barman. Jessica Martin, Fraser Hines, Jamie. Phil Ford, Michael Pickwood, Philip Hinchcliffe and Matthew Dale are just some of the names who'll be appearing at Hooverville, the biggest little Doctor Who convention ever. Visit hooverville.org to get tickets. See you then.
It was in this trench. We removed 5 layers before we got to it. There was among remnants of clothing, also a small knife and a man's bracelet. The indications are that there was a violent event here, but our excavation has recovered genuine Iron Age relics. The discovery of this item, we can't explain it.
Doctor, it's a Movellan power pack.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions, the 4th Doctor Adventures, the Movellan Grave.
Oh! The ground's moving! Something else is coming up!
Your people harmed. Please, put him down.
Oh no.
What?
We've got to get back to the dig. Everyone on this planet is in the most terrible danger.
Oh, come on. Ugh, I've forgotten how cold you Movellans can be.
You're serious, aren't you?
If I can access these orders, we'll find out why Movellans were on Earth 2,000 years ago.
Big Finish. We love stories.
That was the Doctor Who Tin Dog podcast, available on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, RSS, Vimeo, and across the internet. Doctor Who and its associated properties are all copyright and trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Why not become a supporter by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.